up, they would just unlock it. So
Unlock the gate.
Slide on in and slide out. Then I walk up to my barbershop. This dude got black paper on the window, so you can't even see in what's going on. I said, "Oh, I feel like
right now during this time."
Yeah.
Oh, you need a secret code like the what's the movie called? Life. You gotta
wow.
boom, 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 boom.
Bro, yeah. Hey, low key though, that's the joke because we call it the barbershop sings boom boom room.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was real out here, but it was worth it. Brought me back to life. I was looking rough-luffagus.
Crying.
Rough-luffagus.
Hey, so we live, baby.
Oh, we've been live.
Yo. Yeah, no, I'm just saying it now. Now is a good starting point.
Oh.
But whatever.
Right. Because you never know. Hey, you know what? Look at this. Emmanuel's now he's ditched the EB over versus everybody.
Yeah.
Dang.
Don't make him. He's about to leave and come back.
No, you know why? No, you know why? Sports are officially back. That's why.
Yeah.
He's back in his right mind. Everything is all is right in the world again.
That's true.
Except for this 24-hour fitness game that we're seeing on
24-hour fitness.
TV.
You know.
Hey, but let's get it popping, cuz.
Mad weird.
All right. First of all,
the intro.
I just want to say,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got the intro. Man, you out of line. See?
Man.
Can't take you anywhere. Look, cannot take you anywhere.
You the one that like the cutting lines. Oh no.
By any means,
he likes to back cut.
Yeah, and then blame everybody else for moving slow.
You're like, oh, what's up? Oh, how you doing, bro? Yeah, let me just slide on in here real quick.
Back cuts.
Right. Oh, there we go. I'm tripping. Hey. First of all.
Here we go. Cutting in line.
About to get it started. Oh, no. This one is purposeful. This one is purposeful.
You junkie on
all right. So first of all, everybody, it's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. Nice and sunny out. Hot. Very hot. I would like to say welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Below me, we have our man, Baba Funke.
Hey.
What's goody? Good to see you with the cut still good. The light is shining.
The light is there. It's
the light is shining. So apparently we got that deluxe edition version of Baba Funke.
He's still unlocked. He's
permanently unlocked for us.
There it is.
To my left, right, to my right is our producer, Cecil. He doesn't have the fresh cut, but he still wants to show it off, and he's going to brag in a couple of weeks. We'll see it.
It's still got its liveliness, but give me a couple of days.
We'll see it. So next week's episode, he'll be doing all the profiles and whatnot.
All the extras. It's going to be geometry. The geometry lesson. Perpendiculars, acute angles.
Oh, of course. But and last but definitely not least is my friend, my big brother.
Wow, I'm glad you look up to me. I'm glad you look up to me.
My fellow Nigerian Osahan. And let it not be mistaken.
Let it not
be mistaken. Osahan is a man of the people, right? He's a Vikings fan, and the Vikings aren't really as bad as advertised, to be honest. Let's be real.
It's bad press, fake news.
It is. He's a Vikings fan. He's a Dodgers fan, and so I know he's happy with the recent
Mookie Betts
extension.
12 years, $365 million.
Personally, I thought that it would still be a limbo.
Got that Mahomes money.
But let's be real, given the whole climate with the pandemic and whatnot, it's best now to secure the bag if you can. So congratulations to the Dodgers. Also, I know you happy. He's also a Lakers fan. The NBA is officially back, so he gets to he's the Lakers fan pre-LeBron. Let's not get that twisted. Pre-LeBron. And just as importantly, he's a Chelsea fan. And it is with great enthusiasm that we get to celebrate our performance on Sunday. Unfortunately, our performance today was not up to par, but that being said, me and Osa, we have talked about it. We have decided that today's performance was unsatisfactory, but Sunday, oh, Chelsea showed us so much love. Chelsea made both Osahan and I very, very proud. I look forward to talking about it more on Reformed Hooligans this week. Stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to give the moment of last week. He was playing around, talking all this smack, just wanted to spice up the podcast a little bit. But this week, we get to celebrate our trip to the FA Cup Finals with a resounding 3-1 victory over Man U. Oh, so how do you feel about that dub that we, as a family, as a brotherhood,
as a family, he called you family in a lot.
What I've been trying to understand is, who is this we you're referencing? Like, I'm beginning to think that you and Mr. Kanye West got similar have similar, challenges mental health wise, all this we language. That's why you're muted. We don't need to hear no more of your nonsense.
I'm just saying.
We don't need to hear no more of your nonsense.
I mean, that's why you purposely you didn't want to wear your Chelsea uniform today because you didn't want to make it all about Chelsea. I understand. I understand. You wanted the little bro to be able to celebrate that beautiful. It was a beautiful game. It was definitely a beautiful game. And ironically, Mason Mount was one of the better players of that game on Sunday.
Whoa.
Compared to today.
No.
He was a better player on
No. At all costs, we do not give Mason Mount any credit.
I understand. No, I understand.
You don't do it. After the way that the British media has been biased towards Captain America, you are not going to sit there and stand for Mason Mount. You going to stand for Mason Mount? No. The man of the match for Chelsea in that game was David De Gea, Manchester United's goalkeeper.
I got something for that. Hooligans. I got something for that. But nonetheless, I'm just so happy that Chelsea won on.
People want to know is this though. What else do people want to know is this? It feels like.
Hey, what's the Chelsea anthem? I'm trying to look it up.
Look, I don't know anybody.
You don't know anything about Nigeria. That's what I was getting to.
I only know Nigeria's anthem.
You are a front runner, Abe. You're a Chelsea front runner. You're a Chelsea front runner, bro. You a front runner, bro. Oh, you are a front runner.
Since when?
You front running out here.
How?
Oh my god.
Oh, don't do it.
I was talking smack about Chelsea before the Man U game.
Man.
Yes, I was.
I was. Bro.
You
front running.
Yes, I did.
You front running.
You front running. You look like a Kenyan pace setting for a marathon. You front running out here.
Wow.
Oh, I will continue.
That hatred.
Huh? What hatred? There's no hatred here. I'm just pointing out facts. Okay?
We have ample proof of me.
Listen. To quote CJ the Godfather Cuevas. Okay, the only Mason that is to be acknowledged on this podcast and on Reformed Hooligans is Mason Greenwood. Okay, we do not reference Mason Mount.
I don't want to have anything to do with CJ right now because that juju he has is way too strong. I've never seen any level of juju like that before in my life.
This man straight called he's calling the goals before they happen.
The first three goals he kept calling in the chat. I'm in the chat, right? The Reform Hooligans chat. We all having fun talking smack before the game. And then CJ's like, it's gonna be 1-0. I'm like, all right, relax, sir. Like, it's cool. Relax. Oh, it's 1-0. Then he's like, hey, you disrespect me, it's about to be 2-0. I'm like, relax, Biko. Calm down. Next thing I know, it's 2-0. And I'm like, yo, this juju is unheard of.
Then he said, hey, they don't get their act together, it's gonna be 3-0.
And then next thing you know, I'm like, all right, I gotta leave the chat. He called me back into the chat.
He summoned you. 3-0. He summoned you back into the chat. He said, no, come back here. Go get somewhere.
And he said it would be 3-0, and then it was immediately 3-0. So I left the chat. I had to take a break. So I don't want anything to do with CJ right now. Because that level of wickedness,
that's dangerous.
I've never seen.
Hey, that is dangerous.
I refuse it. I rebuke
I
it.
wish he had that same level of juju that it worked for his 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
It be your own people, CJ. It be your own
Your
people. You see?
owns.
You see?
Hey,
Your
hey,
owns.
that was so bad. That was so bad. Emmanuel had to look down with the lip bite.
Look. He almost turned his light off.
He almost went back to lock mode.
That man almost went back to old phone case. So, my card is over.
I'm done. Hey,
I lost my ring.
I'm sorry.
It has expired.
That gold card is done.
That 7-day deluxe trial is
Oh,
expired.
yeah, apparently I didn't read the fine print of the of the
Hey,
deluxe.
real
version.
talk, have y'all ever done the free trial thing and then you forgot to
Oh,
cancel
yeah, and
your
they charge
membership
you?
and got charged?
Yup.
Nah,
Yep.
I set a reminder immediately the day before because I
You got
refuse to
etiquette.
get
I
caught
can't
like
do
that.
that.
I refuse to get caught like that.
No. I've
Rules
It
got
comes
me all
down
the
to the
time.
point where I just disregard free trials. I'm like, do I really want it? If I do, I'm gonna go for
Yeah,
it.
at this point, you're an adult. You got to commit to the bill.
Yeah,
Like,
Man,
it's like if
just
I'm gonna
do it.
commit, nah, then I don't need a free trial. I'll just take.
I don't
it
even
out.
need to mess with it. Nope. CJ said Felipe's Raiders juju stuck to the other Cali team. Golly,
ooh, dang.
that's cold world.
Wait,
Side note.
Which one though? There's
Side
three.
note. Now I was
That's
in
why he
Vegas
be
this
cooking.
past
He cook more
weekend,
than
and
you
I
watch.
got to see that new Raiders stadium up close. It man,
It
it
was
really
good.
do look like.
It looked nice.
Hopefully
It looked
they
like a
win in it.
spaceship from Star Wars, bro. They listen. I was expecting Darth Vader to walk out of that sucker. Talking about.
Hopefully they win in it. That's all I care. That's all I say.
Oh man.
Well, I
If you can
mean,
win in it, then hey,
they can win. It's just unfortunately Mahomes is
Is in the same.
yeah,
there.
it's like hey
For life.
yeah, basically
Same
for life.
division.
For the
We
rest
gonna
of their
retire.
life.
He's still gonna be in the league on the
His,
team.
his kids gonna be in the same division. Like
Right.
it don't matter. It's just a rough time to be a
They're
Raider.
not winning the Super Bowl anytime in the next 10 years.
I mean, if the
Not at all.
season was shortened to 8 games, there'd be a possibility. You know.
Well, I mean, the thing about shortening it to 12, which is
12.
like I
think
don't
the
know how I
games
feel
even
about a shorter
matter.
season
A shortened season to 12.
and starting in November.
Yeah. So
So
that's
that
the
limits the contact. Like that doesn't. I don't. The games really don't matter to me. Is the fact there's still contact on contact. Like it is what it is.
and that's the thing that boggles my mind is with all of these restructurings of these leagues and all of that.
But here's the thing before you go. They're trying to adjust the games, but do nothing about any kind of safety protocols, and that's what the players are
what
upset
it
about.
is. That's
Like,
what
they're
it
not
is.
Fooled, and it's like, yo, these games you're trying to shorten 8, 12, none, whatever. The fact of the matter is, all the protocols and the rules and the regulations are still the same. Y'all ain't done crap, nothing about it. So
Nada.
that's why I was like, well, 8 games, it don't matter. You're still gonna have the same rule book,
With the new foggy mask.
right? With the
Oh yeah,
Bane
we
mask.
saw that pic about Will Greer. I mean, like, I would have loved to see in the video to see how it is in action, not just a still
Right.
pic. Like, I want to see if that thing fogs up and it gets out, it gets in the way.
I know,
Man.
right?
It doesn't look as bad when you see it on the person.
Right.
On the pictures, I
All the
thought it
pictures
would
made
work.
it terrible.
Yeah. So
I just worry about it fogging up, like, and sweat. Because
Exactly.
you're gonna get trapped. Like,
Right.
you gonna take that off every down to breathe. Like,
Felipe
gonna be bad.
versus CJ is happening in the
Wow.
comments.
Felipe
Sheesh.
versus CJ has happened. It's
And you
officially
know what? It's actually also
Felipe's
Oswald's fault.
definitely not cooking for you, CJ.
It's definitely Oswald's fault for all this. He
It's
started.
not my fault. It's not my
You
fault.
started it.
Listen, it's actually Sammy's fault. Okay, and his GOAT quarterback, Jimmy G. Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
They're
Is
starting to say
Jimmy
he's a
G the
cancer.
guy?
They're starting to say
Is he-
he's a virus. He might be the one
Is
holding
he
them
gonna
back.
be the one to put the Niners over the hump? Like people want to hear from you, Funke, specifically. I'm seeing in the chat. They want to hear from you. Is Jimmy G the one?
It's possible, but I think it's really tied to Kyle Shanahan and his ability to be
They
successful
locked
in
him
play
up, right?
calling.
For a contract.
Well, yeah, he's pretty much stuck there for the next several years or so. So,
There's that.
but to me, he has to obviously he has to understand like different parts of the game where he could coach better. I feel like game management is his problem. Like you saw in the Super Bowl. Remember when John Lynch was like call a timeout and then Shanahan didn't call it? I believe it was like late in the first half.
Him and Pete Carroll got the same playbook. I believe it.
Yeah. But Pete Carroll to me takes more risks. Shanahan's a little bit more conservative because you gotta remember in that Super Bowl against the Patriots what's his name, Chris Matthews. He was in the red zone. He decided to not even go for the field goal and throw a fade to Chris Matthews at the end of the end zone to tie the game up at the end of before halftime. So that was a risky, bold call. So if you'd have looked at that whole, that Super Bowl against the Patriots, Pete Carroll was willing to risk it. You know what I'm saying? And it obviously led, as the dumbest play call in sports history. I don't care. Anybody says that. No. J.R.
Smith getting that rebound and running the half court is the dumbest play call in sports history.
That is horrible.
I think that's the number one dumbest call in sports history.
That was horrible. Like
from a coaching perspective, though, I think that the Pete Carroll one is number one. But yeah,
I was concerned if he went for the kill instead of running the ball. Well, from my memory, they could have ran the ball, but they decided to chunk it.
Right.
Three opportunities with Marshawn Lynch.
But see, this is the thing that gets me. I understand there's some people saying that, throwing a pass will throw the defense off and things like that. But you gotta understand, that year, Marshawn Lynch led the league in yards after contact.
Facts.
Him and Adrian Peterson. So I can understand.
I just gotta give you that one.
I can understand if it was James White. I can understand if it was a scat back Rex Burkhead. But we're talking about Marshawn Lynch. What? I know, right?
Rex Burkhead. Oh my goodness!
Might as well said Danny Whitehead.
For the whole Patriots roster like that.
The whole roster. He didn't even pull out Corey Dillon. He said Rex Burkhead.
He said, let me pull out the Patriots right now.
And by the way, Corey Dillon was the best Patriots back in the Bill Belichick era. Just leave it at that. But to me, you have the best running back in yards after contact in that year who led the league, and you didn't run the ball with him. I'm sorry. I could understand if you had James White and you're like, I gotta pass the ball. I could live with that. But if it's Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson, who were top two in the league that year, I'm sorry. It's not inexcusable.
It's not even like, hey, even if they had 10 men in the box, you still had 3 opportunities,
3 at least.
Yeah.
So running it once for a couple yards is not a wasted effort. Especially when again you have a person named Beast Mode. Like, come on.
Speaking of that play,
we know what he's capable of.
Speaking of that play, super random though, but what happened to Malcolm Butler? Where is he at?
Last time I heard he was in Tennessee.
He was yeah. Is he still there though?
Good question.
I mean, Tennessee is not a bad place to be right now.
Well, I mean, the Malcolm Butler situation didn't. Oh, never mind. No, never mind.
He was still nice though. Like,
he was.
That was Belichick. That was all Belichick there, but.
He did bitch him in the Super Bowl. He did bitch him in the Super Bowl. So
that's true.
That kind of ruffled some feathers with the teammates.
Yeah.
After they lost to the Eagles, yeah.
But was that his fault?
I mean,
Belichick benched
without knowing
that was Belichick's fault.
the exact details.
Yeah.
I won't make past judgment. But CJ mentioned JJ Watt, and decided to look it up, and on the 19th. He tweeted out saying these things. He said, "We want to play. We want to be as safe as possible. The NFL can mandate that players, you know what? I'm going to use simpler terms. The NFL can enforce that players show up to training camp regardless of any agreement that is reached. The players still have not been granted the full and proper training camp acclimation period as recommended by medical and training staffs. We still don't know whether there'll be daily testing, every other day's testing, etc. We do not know if there will be preseason games. Again, this was said on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know how a positive COVID test will be handled in regards to others in close contact, in the huddle, directly engaged with, etc. A strong and fair opt-out clause for those at higher risk or those with family members at higher risk has still not been agreed upon. If players do not show up on time, they can be fined or considered in breach of contract, even if health and safety protocols have not been agreed upon or plans have been approved. That makes me sick.
That's horrible.
That makes me sick.
Come on.
Look, one thing.
Oh, go ahead, see.
JJ, this may sound real shady, but JJ Wyatt shouldn't even be posting about any health protocol. Like, he doesn't play like a full season. So it's like, you got to worry about your body first. Like, get healthy. And then I just feel like he's the wrong person to post that right now. That's just
Says the man with Carson Wentz as his starting quarterback.
Oh, whoa,
Right?
whoa, whoa,
Like, yo,
whoa,
he's
whoa,
coming
whoa,
at
whoa,
JJ
whoa,
like
whoa,
this?
Whoa, whoa,
Hold on.
whoa.
Hold on. Look. What?
Wentz is getting better, okay, with the injury thing. All right, he's able to at least thug it out. JJ Wyatt like, it's one and done. He's gone.
Thug it out and do what? And not even be considered a top 5 player?
Hey, we're not
JJ
talking
can
about.
thug it
Whoa,
out and still
we're
be
not
a
talking about
top
stats.
top 5
Carson Wentz's
player.
back is as good as Larry Bird's was at the end of Bird's career.
Oh, that's harsh. No,
Relax,
No.
I
That's
don't
not.
know why the Celtics need to be brought into anything.
No,
We're
that's
focused on football.
disrespectful. We're not talking about stats. We're just talking about pure health.
Let's just be honest, though. Are we really
And
surprised
JJ is
that,
still
that the
more
NFL doing
productive
this?
than Wentz. I don't care. Even not healthy.
He's upset. This man is
I'm
hot.
not even a Texas fan. I'm just
I'm
like, yo,
upset.
he's
Look
really
at him.
coming at JJ Watt when his quarterback
You
is
gotta stay
Carson.
healthy.
This is a cold world.
JJ's always been about the players, though. He's always been vocal, regardless.
True.
So.
True.
Yeah.
Even though, never mind. Are we really
God.
surprised though? This is the NFL we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't surprising. It's not. So this NFL season, if they chop it down to 12 games, cool. But and I think it just came out today that they're going to be requiring fans to wear masks in the stands.
Right.
How much capacity are they opening up to the fans?
Well,
I don't know.
I've heard anywhere from between 25% to at most 50, but I don't believe 50% is a possibility.
No.
It's looking like it's a 25% capacity, but it's not confirmed yet.
That's still a couple thousand. Like,
Right.
if you say 50%, and that's still a lot of people.
Exactly.
So,
I still see 50,000. 50%. I say 25% capacity. I think that would
I'd
be the
say
best
less.
move. Well, like 15.
25%.
like, when you think about it, when you think about the stadiums, they pack out what, man, like 2,000.
Let's just
At
take America's
max.
team for example, the Cowboys. 25% in Jerry World. That's
Still
enough
a lot.
that's enough to fill up that Roomba down there in Las Vegas that the Raiders are
That's
going to be playing in.
25K. They have
Come on, dude. That's
the highest they've had was about 100K at Jerry's World.
Yeah,
nah, dude.
it could.
25K.
5K?
Yeah, nah, they all catching COVID. Like, no,
25. That's a lot, dude.
nah,
So you're
it's
saying
not
like
worth it.
well, like 10,000? Let's say 10,000.
Let's say 10K. But then I think the next question is though, what do distance protocols look like across the stadium? How are you?
If Soldier Field was to do 10%, it'd be about 6K. The Bears,
10%?
yeah, be about 6K for
And
them.
if
They
they
have
follow
the
the
smallest
rules.
seating capacity.
And that's
Right.
if they even want to show up to watch Trubisky throw games away.
Yikes, and that's gonna be often.
Nick Foles gonna be the starter. Nick Foles gonna be the starter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Should have
Yeah.
got Cam. Should have got Cam.
I
Now they let Cam go to Bill Belichick and
They'd have let.
are acting like
Listen,
we won't
I'm
see
trying to
something
understand.
spectacular.
I'm trying to understand how you could let something like this happen, right?
Ego.
Ego
I
on
don't
who?
get
The Panthers?
No, not on the Panthers.
No, all the other teams in the league who
It's not even.
yeah.
No, you
didn't
know what? I take
pick
it back.
this
Not
man
even
up.
ego. It's lack of respect. Lack of respect.
Yeah.
it was
That's
partly
what- yeah,
that.
I can respect.
It was that, and part of it was the medical records with Cam, from what I've been hearing. But I felt like, him being out that long period of time, you still should give him a shot. You know what I mean? On a 1-year deal, you know what I mean, full of incentives, and to see what he can do, especially if your team that needs a quarterback. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Like, what do you have to lose?
Here's my interesting question that it's kind of more X's and O's side.
Sammy has
How
arrived
well?
in the chat.
I didn't want to
how
say it.
well
I was gonna ignore him,
Do
but
you
I hope
feel
Oh, it's
that Cam will adjust to the playbook, or
absolutely.
will Josh McDaniels like? Is that playbook? Can they be successful with the playbook that they have? Granted, Cam being 100% healthy, healed foot, healed shoulder, 100% back to old Cam. How successful is Cam with the Patriots playbook?
Well, it's come out. Josh McDaniels said this, that just like we had with Baba Funke a few weeks ago, where he was locked up and suddenly he's been unlocked and we have the deluxe edition of him, that now Josh McDaniels, because of Cam Newton, can have the deluxe edition playbook and do things that he couldn't
So
do
it's
before.
Josh the one that's winning. It's the one. He's the
And he's winning. He's
He's the
it's a
Pokemon not
whole new
evolved.
world. I never knew. Shout out to Tony Baker. Like,
imagination.
I'm telling you, bro. So he now has a whole new perspective and outlook on life.
Belichick gonna be looking at him like, "What are you drawing up back there, sir?"
Belichick gonna be like,
What are you-
where was this at?
He's gonna be on the field like, "Hey, what are we calling?"
What is that?
Right.
Yeah, I can't wait
We'll
to
see.
see it. Yeah,
Hopefully,
love to see
Edelman.
it.
I hope Edelman. I feel like he's slow, and I think he got cut. His speed was covered up really well because of their offensive power and plays last year. Well, past couple of years actually, but I
Rex
just feel like
Burkhead.
Edelman,
It's not even. I don't think it's that he's slow.
Nah.
he's a
It's
great
similar-
precision
it's
receiver.
Similar to Wes Welker. Edelman is similar to Wes Welker and
Right.
what Cooper Kupp is. Like they don't have that
And
speed
Danny
to burn
Amendola.
anybody,
Danny
He's
Amendola.
slightly bigger though, right? Edelman
But-
is a tad bigger.
but they somehow are able to find space, and that game speed
Yeah.
just comes out of nowhere. You know how many
Route
times
running.
Cooper Kupp has just apparently just decided to speed down the sideline,
He
Like,
thought
out
he
of
was
nowhere.
Sonic the Hedgehog out of
Knowing-
nowhere.
knowing he's not that fast, but all of a sudden he's just open, and now there's like 10 feet of separation between him and the next player. You're like, wait, how did this happen?
I think
Those are
that's-
the type of players they are. It's just the speed
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. It's all about their IQ and where to
Yeah.
be. They just have to
Yeah.
take advantage of that. And
think
Edelman
it's
does a
route
good job.
running. Yeah, for sure.
He does.
Sure.
Him and Cam on the same page is gonna be dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who's their
I'm-
starting tight end?
They
Muhammad Sanu.
no, they drafted a guy from UCF. Mohamed Sanu. They oh my gosh.
Yo,
Oh, y'all, man, y'all had me coughing, man. Y'all had me coughing.
Oh gosh.
No, but the Patriots, they drafted a very athletic tight end in the draft. A lot of scouts were high on. I don't know, but the reality with rookie tight ends, it usually takes them a year to fully develop. You know what I mean? I feel like people can't put too much success on early, rookie tight ends early on. It's usually that second or third year you're looking for some type of breakout.
Belichick has his ways though.
He does.
Belichick, he's a wizard.
He'll
He
milk a rookie and
knows.
turn him into a Pro Bowl athlete in one year.
Right. Me personally, if I was in that Patriot front office, I would have figured out a way to trade up to get T.J. Hawkinson from Iowa. That's my personal opinion. A few years ago,
He was
That's-
nice.
I agree.
He was
that's my personal opinion. But the Patriots at the time, they didn't want to go into the top 10 because they knew it's like a set like cap limit with certain rookies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't want to pay for that. So it's understandable, but sometimes you gotta take the risk.
The Belichick way, baby.
Yep.
Belichick way. Hey, but
or the
Belichick.
HGH, like Daniel said.
Wow, cold world. Shout out to Sammy, who said he hopes nothing but failure for the Rams. Their Rams franchise, worst owner in sports.
Abraham's face.
Wow.
Abraham's face. I love it. I read that
Wow.
specifically for you, Abe.
where is this coming from? What is? Oh, okay. So
AEW saw
Liverpool
a
finally,
ghost.
Abe,
finally
Abe
wins
is
the
so
league.
Abe is hot
Finally
right now.
wins the
Abe
league.
is hot.
What is going on right now? Wait. Why is he even talking about the? Why? Why?
He
I'm
hopes nothing
confused.
but failure. Just nothing.
Sammy, Sammy came
0
up
and
to play.
16.
Oh, is it because the
He
owner
hopped into
is
he
a
hopped
part
onto
owner
the
for the
thread
Arsenal
with.
too?
I don't
Is he a
know.
part? Is Cranky has his hands in one of the EPL teams. Is it Arsenal?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yes, Mookie. I mean, Felipe. We're gonna get to Mookie.
We already did though. We talked about Mookie at the well. We
Felipe been
mentioned
coming
it at
Mookie
the
though.
top. You know, Mookie. Listen,
I'm not shouting Mookie.
What?
That sounds
why
weird.
not? Why not?
It's-
Oh,
it's-
that's right. Because you a Stankies fan.
I am not actually. I am a
I thought you were
Dodgers
a
fan.
Stankies fan.
I am not. That'll be Daniel. That'll be Rob. That'll be who else?
Oh,
Emmanuel.
it's Emmanuel. That's what it is. Got it.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, no. Cranky he's a part owner of Arsenal too. So I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's Sammy's hurt coming out right there.
Yeah, that's
folks.
Sammy's thing.
Listen,
Despite
Sammy.
Liverpool. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, I thought he was a Liverpool fan. Oh, I
No, he's an
forgot.
Arsenal fan. No, he's been an Arsenal fan.
Why are you talking to anyone?
Arsenal fan. I thought you. Come on, how can you
What's
forget
going
Who
this?
in the hell are you talking to?
I'm thinking that he's a Liverpool fan, so he's about to
No.
do all types of
No,
smoke. But
listen. No,
I will
listen.
see you
No.
at the FA Cup Finals. I don't even want to hear from. Moving
This
on.
would be
Abe said, "Be gone."
unbearable. This would be unbearable if Sammy was a Liverpool fan. Like
Yo,
I would
that's
be.
what I thought was
I would
the
be.
case.
No, he's an Arsenal fan, so he's been crying.
No
He's
wonder-
been
yeah,
crying.
that is pure hurt in regards to the Rams. Cranky is because yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what? Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that.
You
Go
can
ahead, Sam.
keep that. He said.
Oh, man, I was thinking like, dang, he a Liverpool fan. He just come for all my teams, huh? Like,
No, he's hurt. He's hurt. We praying for him. We
Yeah,
praying for
hey.
him. You know.
He finna be a fan when we beat him in the FA Cup.
Ooh,
I'll tell you that right now.
Ooh.
ooh.
As long as Lampard
Folks, we'll
starts-
find out next week on next week's episode if this is the case.
We will.
If they lose, it's gonna be the Osa
Listen.
podcast.
No, listen. If Arsenal wins, we're bringing Sammy on. I am bringing
we will.
Sammy.
We
You
will.
heard me. You can come on this show next week.
Right.
If
Make
Arsenal
sure your
Call in.
schedule is
Please call
free
in.
for next Wednesday.
yeah,
at
please,
2
please
p.m.
call in. We need a special. Manuel, if you don't stop promoting that Minute Maid,
You stay on that
hey, if
minute
we
day.
get sponsored, if we
You
get
might as
sponsored
well
by
get,
Minute
you might
Maid,
as well
what's
get
up,
sponsored, man.
Hey,
You might as well tag them.
Hey, hey, let's get
Like,
Minute Maid. Yeah. We need to tag Minute Maid on here.
Whose ballpark is Minute Maid Park?
Isn't that-
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston.
Nope, we ain't getting sponsored by Minute Maid. Nope.
Wait, and speaking of Houston, they've been getting beamed in the summer games.
Yeah,
So,
it's not called
too.
it's not called
Not
Minute
right
Maid anymore. It's not called Minute Maid. It's
Oh, they
something
changed it?
else. They
Oh,
Oh,
changed
Minute
it.
Maid they disassociated themselves with
Oh.
Yeah, about a year. I think about a year or two ago.
those cheaters. Okay, that's fine.
Minute Maid, you will.
We're good. We're good.
Minute Maid said, "Nah, that's
We're
cool.
getting it out the back door with the quickness.
You can keep that."
I said, "Now we good. We don't. We'll go
That
somewhere
must
else."
have been the tattoo that Jose Altuve was talking about. He probably got a fresh Minute Maid tattoo on him. That's
Did
why
you
he
see
was
what
like,
Felipe said about Mount and Pulisic?
yeah, he's trolling, man. You know, good and darn well that
okay,
Mason
all right,
Mount.
yeah.
Well, no, that Mount. We're not even gonna call him Mason because he don't deserve that first name. Mason Greenwood deserves that first name. Let me say that. Let me say it and say it once and twice and 3 times. Mason Mount, one of the top 3 young players in the EPL. I said it, Sammy.
By the way, you know I'm rocking the 1994 Chelsea home kit.
I respect that retro.
94.
I respect that retro. That's gonna
Good
be
look.
that's the wave right now. That's
Yeah,
the
I'm
wave.
definitely get a couple more from that 90s collection before I update
Yeah.
and get
That's what
a
we
modern
doing.
one.
That's what we doing. One of these episodes, we got to come on with the Nigerian national team jerseys just because we can.
Yo, first of all, whenever they
Oh,
go
go
back
for it.
on sale,
Right.
like,
No, hey, no, we
it's
need to
all
do
about that
now.
quickness.
We need to find that family friend who's going back home and get them to get us a
Well,
knockoff
unfortunately, flying right now is
at an
people
all-time.
closing borders to America. So
Yeah, we not going. No, you gotta
Yeah.
tell some untruths to get in. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. Well, continuing along though, today, right now, okay, the NBA is out here
Yep.
playing 24-hour fitness pickup
A
games.
whole new game. Hashtag whole new game.
Oh man, the joy that was in my heart.
24-hour fitness. Why y'all like this? Y'all was people
didn't
was
say
not
that.
not
I
yo,
actually
My
not-
enjoy
bad, not
it.
24-hour lifetime.
People were
Lifetime, the
complaining
one that's all
about
play at-
being bored without sports. Now sports are back. It's doubted. Like, you know what? That look like
Yeah, they hate
24
it.
hours. It's like, come on.
Hey,
It's
you
what
know,
want.
you know good and darn well, Abe, that you can't satisfy these people. You have seen the
Yeah.
vile and the vitriol from people when players opt out. Oh, now you don't want to play. But 5 seconds ago, you was concerned about people's health. Now that they do want to play, it's not good enough. We need you to be in tip-top shape. I need Zion Williamson to be doing alley-oops from half court. I need Lou Williams to be scoring 50 points a game. Like, come
Don't know
on,
what
man.
you want.
You don't know what you want
No.
at all.
They don't.
Okay.
They don't. I think those are people. I'll say this: those are people who just don't appreciate the game. Like, it's like hip hop. It's like music. When you listen to music, you know you got your favorite artist here and there and whatever. But when you strip away everything, you just listen to the artist, and then you say, well, "I don't like it." You just don't appreciate music. Just don't appreciate the game.
Right.
I think they don't appreciate the story, the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, think about the narrative that we are going into with the league right now with the NBA. Granted, there are a lot of people who say, throw the asterisk on there. Some of the things that these players have had to overcome in family issues to get to this point, even with this pandemic, even in the midst of the social uprisings, the civil uprisings, even in the midst, like I said, of a pandemic and all the things we have swirling around in society, we're getting the league back.
Yeah.
And some of the things that as we've watched these players try to navigate all of this, and now they're here doing what they do. Hopefully it's going to be entertaining. I expect it to be entertaining. You look at someone like LeBron, who by all estimations, a lot of people there are people who are saying his legacy hangs on this. I don't know why they say that. You look at, for example, the Greek Freak, who, I mean, the Bucks may or may not snitch their way to a title, depending on who they snitch out to get out the way. Okay, you look at the Rockets, you know, James Harden, for once, is going to have the opportunity to travel somewhere else than to the hoop. Okay, you
Why are
look
you
at
coming at them like? Why are you coming for these teams like this?
you shout out to Russell Westbrook for
I
his
hope you
clothing
got
line
something for the Lakers, too.
partnering. For Russell Westbrook's clothing line partnering with the Players Association to put out these statement shirts of the messages that the league did not approve for the back of player jerseys. Okay, you know, shout out to the Wizards, who were somehow invited to the bubble.
Somehow,
which
I don't know
somehow
how.
the Wizards are invited to the bubble.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Like who told them this is
That's
okay?
a pity invitation. That is a high key pity invitation.
Get out of here.
I don't
Thank
know.
you. That's it.
Right.
Like
We need to play that. We need to play a soundbite.
Yeah, like
Oh, no,
Wizards.
Get out of here, man! There it is.
That's it right there. The
Yeah.
Wizards. The Wizards could this
Phoenix is
feels
there,
like
right?
NCAA. The Wizards could be the Cinderella and spoil everything. Bol playing with the
Them,
Nuggets.
Phoenix is there, I believe. Are they there?
Phoenix is there, yeah.
That's crazy.
Shout
Well,
out to Devin Booker for some of these exclusive Kobe Pro Tros that he's pulling out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nuggets just beat the Wizards in that scrimmage, by the way.
As they should.
Hey, Bol out there looking like a NBA 2K center.
Right. Shooting
My
threes
player
and stuff.
creation, getting blocks and running up down the court and hitting pull up threes on the fast break. Shout out to Bol. There are storylines here, people. Okay.
I just appreciate the game. Like I feel like what
Appreciate
adds
it.
in it. There's no fans, all that jazz. So because we're accustomed to it, of course everybody's gonna feel like they're missing something. But if you just watch the game, especially if you were like a former basketball player, if you used to play basketball, then you know, just watch the game and you will be thoroughly entertained. Just like baseball, you have plenty of baseball fans that will watch 9 innings of this boring sport.
Whoa.
And
You didn't have to do all that.
Hey,
Cecil.
it's boring. But look,
Cecil.
see, I don't cater to baseball because there's not a lot of something there, right? Same with basketball.
He
because
said something.
people
Something. You said something. He's
Just
missing the
something.
steroid era. That's what it is.
Razzle
He's missing the
Razzle
steroid
dazzle.
era. That's what it is.
So, just like basketball, they're accustomed to fans and the noise and the music, but when you strip that away, you're left with what? Basketball. So
You're left with 24-hour fitness.
that too. I don't know. Who cares? But it is weird though. Like the benches look mad wild. They're like spaced out like movie seats. The television cast where they broadcast the games, there's a shield. It's weird. I'll tell you, it is weird. It does look like a 24-hour fitness gym, like times 10. You know, they got the automated music, catering to the whole team, home team. I do know one thing: these players looking busted.
Bro,
Like, man, like Kawhi Leonard needs some retouch up on the braids. Because
Did you see the league is building a barbershop in the bubble?
and I bet you none of them are gonna go there.
Bro, they trying to turn the bubble into the neighborhood on NBA 2K.
Facts.
Yeah,
Exactly. 2K neighborhood.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do. All they need is that Foot Locker in there, and they're good to go.
Oh, yo, of course.
Actually, that Foot Locker might as well be PJ Tucker. PJ
Really?
Tucker showed up to the bubble
For real.
with I
For
think
real.
60
He
pairs
should have
of
made money.
kicks.
Swagged out. Swagged out. He's like,
60
look, I'm
pairs
gonna
of
look
kicks.
good. And plus,
can-
they paying me, so
I
I
can't
gotta make
imagine how
sure
many
I get these
kicks, like,
sponsorships.
To have that
And
many
he's still
kicks like
buying
that.
kicks. He's still buying kicks in the bubble. Dame Lillard is recording an album in the bubble right now.
Yeah.
Patrick Beverly
That's
has
credible.
more
He can
white
rap.
teeth.
I like that.
Yeah, but to be honest,
Patrick Beverly-
they have no choice because, like, apparently there's really
His
nothing
white
else.
tees is
Yeah, Patrick Beverly got more white tees than the franchise boys in the early 2000s.
Hey,
Lean with it,
There
Rob.
are
He's staying with the white
storylines
tees.
right now, y'all.
White tees and Tims. That's him.
Yeah. Patrick Beverly looked like that kind of guy to wear
He
7X
get-
tall tees.
Yeah.
I was
though
gonna
it's
say
like a
that.
nightgown.
Yeah. Tim's,
See that
white
dude.
tee, some
Yeah.
some blue jeans, probably a
Right.
pick in the head. You know what I'm saying? A little forehead, a little pick out his hair. And that's it. Like that's he's good. You know what I mean?
Pat Bev.
But Pat,
This-
I don't know if he's not there right now.
Nah, he
due to
had-
family
No,
matters.
yeah, Family Matter, yeah.
Yeah, and Montrezl
Yeah.
Harrell's not there either.
Yep.
But
they
because
did
of
beat-
protocol,
Mhm.
he'll miss.
He'll
like,
miss the initial
opening
scrimmages.
day and
Yep.
possibly opening day, depending on when he comes back too. And just
Right.
like at this point, you know, if it's we don't know exactly what it is that
Yeah.
he's dealing with, but if it's something serious and he's not back by like next week, then he might miss what most of the 8 games.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Yeah,
I mean, it's a touchy. It's tough. It's tough.
I think
I'm,
that's key. I think that's
Yeah.
key.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we're supposed to be back. I am. I was against it coming back because I was thinking about next year.
Man.
And we're clearly seeing that even though sports are coming back, there's still issues that haven't been resolved in regards to
Right.
next year. So the verdict is still out whether it was a great choice.
Yeah.
But you know, I know it definitely helps that a lot of people are finally being given a product that they can enjoy again, that they can talk about again. However, again, let's keep in mind, let's not forget Black Lives Matter. Let's
Yeah.
not forget that there are things that's still going on in this world, in this country, especially
Yeah.
that needs to be resolved. Don't let sports fool you. Don't let it distract you. Don't let it pull attention away. But
Right.
And they're using it in their private, in their little press conferences. They're still talking about it. So
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to
Tobias
Jalen
Harris,
Harris.
oh,
Brown,
Yeah.
Tobias
short and
Harris,
sweet.
Yeah, they're in there. They're in the
Caruso.
department. Hey, shout out to Pierre for the Nigerian flag.
Yeah,
Respect.
They,
Okay.
they're doing
Greatest
their
player
thing.
in Houston Rockets history was Nigerian. Don't forget it.
That part.
What?
Who's your sleeper?
What you mean? What?
No, I didn't say. Hey.
This was like, no. What you?
I
hey,
did
no.
that in agreement, bro.
No,
okay.
That's not like the
God.
real. No.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
Abe is taking out his frustration on you right now, Cecil. That's what it is.
Hey.
He started being attacked. He came in here to gloat on this
Since
episode.
Sammy
He gets
said
I
attacked.
did
the
gloat.
Rams will
I
fail,
did
he has
gloat.
lost it.
Oh wait,
He's,
no.
he's come unhinged. He's
That's
unhinged.
because
Jesus Christ.
Sammy, whether Rams
He can't even talk.
pass, look, it's not even that. That
flustered.
serious in regards to the Rams.
Come on, get the Chelsea,
It's
get the
just
Chelsea
that-
flashbacks, Chelsea memories.
It's
Come on,
just
Chelsea won.
that
Chelsea
I
won.
thought
Chelsea
he
won.
was a
Chelsea
whole
won.
Liverpool fan,
Tap into your
and
inner
he was
neutral.
getting ready because out of everyone right now, the only one who can talk smack about today is Liverpool. You know,
Yeah,
Man,
they,
you can't say
they're
nothing.
lifting the trophy right now.
But the fact that he was talking smack and he's an Arsenal fan, that just threw me off. That threw me
Threw
completely.
you all the way off, huh?
And then on top of that, even though I'm not a big JJ Watt fan, because in my opinion, I've debated with multiple people, Aaron Donald over JJ Watt. The fact that Cecil disrespected JJ Watt like that,
Why you say my name so aggressively? Like, so you're putting me with Sammy? Like, this is.
He
Wow.
just by tone, he just categorized you as Sammy. That's what he did. So you're in the
Alright.
same boat.
This is,
The
you know,
same boat. We
And he-
roll,
That's what
we
I was
roll.
saying, Abe.
I'm like, I'm
I'm
like the
just
traditional
producing.
Nigerian parents. I just need to get a hint. It doesn't even need to be factual. I just need to get a hint of any slander against Nigerians, and I'm full on.
He's going off. He don't care. He's going all the way off.
As soon as I heard you say, I was like, oh no.
I
You
said,
only say that when you're
My
like,
man
wait,
pulled out
I
the
agree.
double barrel
hold on.
shotty and said no.
There's different tones to the all right?
And I
went,
took it the worst
he went
possible
Samuel L.
way.
Jackson in Pulp Fiction. Say it one more time.
Say
I
it one
dare
more mother time. Like, dang,
yeah,
bro.
no games played.
God.
No games played.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my.
The only dream ever acknowledged.
Pray for Abe. Pray for Abe, y'all. Since
Please.
not thoughts and prayers, just straight prayers.
What's
I need
the next
straight
game that I got to worry about? When the Celtics
the Celtics. Who?
playing?
Who?
What?
You
Don't
said the
act brand new.
Celtics.
Don't act brand new. Don't act brand new.
The Celtics. I wonder why they got invited to the bubble too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Abe, that was priceless. That was priceless.
Dang, you yelling at me. Osan said, hold my beer.
Oh, man.
How you just
man.
Oh,
you just put us in the same category as the Suns and the Wizards?
Oh, I
The,
mean,
who?
Are you
The Wizards?
Oh, man.
I mean-
Are you serious?
are they good? What's their chances
What
of
you
winning
mean?
it?
Oh,
What's our
man.
chances
What's the chances of winning it?
of the Celtics
With
winning the
Celtics?
finals?
Yeah.
It's high up there.
It's high up there. It's as high up there as IT getting back in the league.
Oh, then yeah. It's
Y'all
Which
should
is
sign
actually
IT.
fine.
You should have
I
signed
wouldn't
Bring him
IT.
back.
I
They
wouldn't
should have
mind
signed
it for
IT. I
depth,
think that would have
but
been a difference maker. Seriously. No. All jokes aside, they should have signed IT.
it would have been helpful, especially with the rumors that because I mean we had the report that Kemba missed practice because of his knee that is still lingering, even though Cantor like a couple of days ago said that everybody's healthy. So not sure what's the truth, but it would have been nice to have that IT coming off the bench to make it easier for Kemba for these 8 games before we get into the playoffs. But nonetheless, don't ever disrespect the Celtics like that.
Are you guys
Now,
going to have Danny?
If we
Is
were-
Danny Ainge
if
going to
we were
suit
the
up?
16, if we were the 7 team, 8 team,
Yikes.
all right, you know we could get clowned like that. But so we're
About to
fourth
what?
right now. We could be third. No, we're third. We could be second though.
That's a lot of could be's.
We're
Could-
third.
coulda,
We
coulda,
could
shoulda,
be second.
woulda,
That's it.
but
Just
win.
Listen,
like
I could be an NBA superstar
know
if
what?
I
You know
grew
what?
into my shoe size.
Y'all finna win it. Y'all Lakers
Actually,
finna win
you
it.
actually
No,
you
no, no,
could
no,
too,
no, no,
Abe.
no,
No, Abe, you
Y'all
could.
finna win it.
Abe, can you imagine? We would have been the
Y'all Lakers
Nigerian Twin Towers. We both wear size 15. If we grew into our feet,
I
bro, we
would've been
could have been.
NBA player every. I would have been. You know what? I've been on my
Nice.
every time you see me on national, it's Nigerian stuff. Straight.
Hey, we would have been 6'6" at least. We would have been some strong wings.
I would have had paid people bringing in Nigerian food to the stadium
Before every game. Before every game, bro.
Before and after.
Yeah, before and after.
I'll be
It's going
showing
down.
out. I would be showing out.
Acting a plum fool.
And I'm gonna be honest, it's likely that I'll request a trade to the Celtics just because of the green. Celtics or Bucks, just for the green. I would have taken my career that way. I've been like, you know
Hey,
what?
speaking of
As a
Bucks,
Nigerian, I need to go to the green.
we
Any
must
team with
discuss
green,
this
I'll go.
right now. Giannis, Zoom Freak 2s. How do we feel about him in the Nigerian colorway?
You gotta
Honest opinions.
you
Look,
I know what that
for
means.
some
You said-
reason, that light green has been fire the last couple years. Ever since they debuted that, because you know we're more of a darker green. We're not really a light green like that. But that
Yeah.
light green looks fire.
But
I
But-
know what they were trying to go with it. I know what they were trying to do with it, and it almost hit. I think it's just the black and white part on the not on the mouth, but the front of the shoe. I don't have a shoe to show me, but that
it
black
makes
and
me
white
it makes me
part
want to get
just
Kyrie.
throws me off. I
You
don't like
said-
that black and white part.
I think it would have been a better colorway on the Zoom Freak ones.
Right. Yeah. I gotta be in the mood for these shoes.
The twos are too narrow.
Yeah. And you gotta think Giannis' foot is probably narrow, like long and narrow.
I don't even think Giannis got a bigger foot.
Foot than who?
I don't think he has a bigger foot than me. It's upsetting to me when I see some of these players, 7 feet tall, and your foot is the same size as mine or
The only
smaller.
one really is Shaq, who can maybe Boban, maybe,
Jordan was an
LeBron.
18. I think Kobe was a 16 or 17, maybe a 15. I don't remember.
And
I didn't know
Yeah.
Jordan.
size?
Jordan was an 18.
Size?
Size 18. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was a size 18.
Wow.
The hell? That's a fun fact. I didn't even know that.
You're welcome.
That's
One day,
crazy.
as I was weeping in high school over the fact that my feet were too big and I couldn't, afford all the shoes that I wanted, I said, well, what NBA players wear different sizes? And so there I find out that Michael Jeffrey Jordan were 18. And that's why Jordans run up to an 18, unlike most shoes.
Size 18 doing what he does? Wow.
It's crazy.
Having a big shoe size is the reason why my first superstar shoe was the Shaqs, because
Wow.
Shaq was looking out for the homies.
Mine was some J's with some 6s
See, that was too expensive.
with the white and Carolina blue. Best believe that was the only
Yeah,
pair of
that's
shoes
right.
my friends got.
You had to
That's
go to
right.
Payless.
That's right. Carolina Blue. That's what I'm
Man.
talking about.
You were doing so good this episode.
First of all, what is up with everybody coming from my fandoms? Like, y'all all disrespectful. Every team is being slandered upon right now.
You this is what happens. Pride goes before destruction.
You know the crazy thing is, before this episode, I had it in my head when this should be played and how I was gonna remix it. But then this episode started, and like it did not play out in that way at all.
I
So,
warned you.
what is the downs? All right. What's the
I warned
LSU
you.
slander? What's the LSU slander? What's the
The LSU slander. There's no
LSU?
LSU slander.
That's the
Yeah.
last one.
There's no
That's-
LSU slander.
y'all
You already
covered
know. We
everything
already know.
already.
Joe
What's
Burrow.
LSU
Joe
slander?
Burrow is gonna take them boys, them Bengals, to win that division.
There it is right there for you.
They gonna win that division.
Yeah, bro.
And if they don't, it's because Baker Mayfield is gonna have an MVP caliber season.
Mm.
Nah, I think Burrow wins MVP. Shout out
Burrow
to
winning MVP.
the Bengals. Shout out to the Ravens and Steelers, man. For real, shout out to y'all.
Shout out to them boys in the north.
Y'all gonna put up a good fight, but Burrow is gonna have to show y'all.
That Burrow magic, boy. That Bayou Burrow magic.
You know,
And he's for sure gonna show
why
out.
the Eagles fan turned off his screen? We're not even discussing
Yeah.
that.
Hold on.
You know why he's
bringing
upset? No, you know why he's
Burrow?
upset?
Don't do that.
Nah,
Don't do that.
he's upset because he saw that footage of Terrell Owens racing Tyreek Hill this week and
You know
realized
what? I was
that
pretty
T.O.
hot
is
about that.
better than every single receiver right now on the Eagles and what they've had in the past couple of seasons.
I can agree with that though.
Yeah.
I was pretty.
I mean,
hot
that's
He's
about
no
probably a
secret.
better quarterback.
even though
than
Terrell Owens had like a head start against Cheetah. What
Did you say he's a better quarterback than Wentz?
because he can stay healthy.
Who?
T.O.
Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Hey,
Nobody's getting off limits this episode. Everybody's getting hit.
look, it is what it is. You know,
Everybody getting hit. Hit.
What's up with the rumor mill?
oh, he's over it. He's over it.
What's poppin'?
Who you?
Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing. I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Talk to us.
Okay. So I got a couple rumors mixed in with some fantasy news and notes today. Number one, let's start with the NBA. The Pelicans. This is before the whole Bobo thing was going off earlier today. They're interested in trading for Bobo. I heard about this a few days ago.
Make that make sense.
Yeah, they're interested in trading for Bobo because they believe he's a superstar talent with the current roster that he could bring to the Pelicans.
I think that wouldn't be a bad move for any team. I mean, he looked good today.
Yeah, he did.
He's
He did.
healthy. Plus,
Did you say
like,
the Pelicans?
Yeah, the Pelicans are interested in trading for Bobo.
That is a scary young core, I think.
Well, he
Yeah,
decided he
Zion-
did.
With
With
him
B.I.,
there?
Zion, Bobo, and
Who'd you give up?
possibly
If they resign Ingram too, if they resign Ingram because I believe he's a restricted free
he's
agent.
priority. He's
But
got
they
that.
have
Yeah.
to. Do they have a stockpile of draft picks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do from the AD trade. Yeah,
I say you give up draft
Oh,
picks
yeah.
and Josh Hart.
facts.
Oh yeah, Josh Hart gone. He's the wild card in this whole thing.
Heck,
His
they
whole
might
thing.
even they shouldn't give up JJ Redick, but yeah, that's a scary young core.
But if
Okay.
they have to, I think they would.
I think Nuggets would be looking at guards. I think they would want.
that'll
guards.
help.
Wait,
Redick
don't
with
the
Denver?
Nuggets have kind of like a guard and wing stockpile right now?
Somewhat.
do.
They
Jeremy
do.
Grant.
They got a
Harris,
log jam. Yeah, they got a
Murray.
log jam.
So then the four?
They could trade Gary Harris. because
If the Pelicans got, well, no, they can't.
Actually,
get
I'm not
Gary
seeing
Harris.
why the Nuggets would trade Bol unless they just want better draft picks. Because when it comes to pieces, there's no. They are deep at guard and the forward position.
And Bobo can be a stretch four,
Yeah, so why?
a la Porzingis. He could be the chocolate unicorn.
Well, he's gonna be better first of all.
No, facts. I do not disagree. My friend.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't see the reason unless they get. It would have to be for draft picks. They would want it like some definitive lottery picks.
Well, the question
Yeah.
has to be this: what is the piece the Nuggets need to take them to the next level?
I think. Ooh, good question. Michael Porter Jr. needs to stay healthy, and he has to emerge. I think for that team to go to another level with Jokic,
Mhm.
and I do believe they should trade Gary Harris. I feel like his upside is kind of capped, but I think you can still get good trade value for him if you know what I mean in terms with that.
I don't think his upside is capped. I think it's one of those situations where you look at what you have currently and what you could do in the future. And Gary Harris, make no mistakes about it, I think can be a key piece. He's a great 3-and-D guy on a championship caliber team.
Right.
I just don't think for where the Nuggets are going that he's necessary. Like he's kind of expendable, if that makes sense.
Right. I agree.
If you think that Michael Porter Jr. healthy is the missing piece to take him to that next step, like right now where they are at, they're a very good team. For that next step, wouldn't you want to keep Bol then for the youth, for if he's healthy too, for his skill set? Also the thing is too, getting lottery picks for Bol is a robbery. If we're gonna keep it 100, like
mean, that means the Nuggets GM is on the same level as Bill O'Brien.
Well, no. If he does that, if the Nuggets GM trades Bol for lottery picks, he's finessing.
Wait, who's the Pelicans GM again? It's Dave Griffin, isn't it?
No. Yeah.
Oh.
He is.
Come on, this is Dave Griffin.
Well,
Dave Griffin.
also, he's not about to give up lottery picks. So it doesn't make sense to me. What doing it? Would he let himself get finesse? I mean, he has to be 100% sure that Bol is going to be that generational talent in order to do that. Because then people will be like, "Yo, this was stupid." And 5 years, like, dang, that was actually the smartest, But that's a
Pelican. Who's the Pelican center right now?
They
Derek
bounced.
Favors. Listen, my fantasy basketball brain is still working. It's Derek Favors. So Derek Favors, a journeyman. You bring in someone like Bol. He could grow with that young core, that young team. I think it's a gamble, but I think having a coach like an Alvin Gentry could help shape and mold that team and use and shape and mold that young potential to be something great. It's just a matter of, is this a gamble that the Pelicans are willing to take, especially if it's giving up lottery picks? Strong gamble. So this lets me know someone on the Pelicans has been playing 2K, because when I play 2K right now, Bol out here winning Rookie of the Year, averaging 25 and 15 and killing the game, 3 blocks a game.
Because if you move him to New Orleans, you're kind of putting more responsibility on him as far as what the system is.
I just want to give a shout out to my sister Fumilaya Lawa. She said she's watching right now. She said the show is funny. Yeah, yo, shout out to my little sister. I love you. I miss you.
Appreciate it. Share the pod. Bol, like, if you put him, he's on Denver. I think right there, he can flourish right now because there's not a lot of pressure. Like, you have Jokic, you have Murray, you have all these other players. He can just find his place. You ship him over to New Orleans, it's like, okay, you're shipping me over because you want me to produce something. And I think that might be not a good idea right now.
I think there's less pressure if he goes over to the Pelicans because all the pressure's on Zion. As I saw some
Right.
silly person. Oh, speaking of the Pelicans, I gotta tell this story. Josh Hart was playing Call of Duty the other day and got washed. And you guys know how people can be in these rooms. So they were dragging Josh Hart. Josh Hart is trashing you. And some guy said, Josh Hart ain't doing nothing for the Pelicans. Zion Williamson is carrying the team. Zion.
Hey, but truth be told, he's always getting watched on Call of Duty.
He is. He just
Yeah.
need to give up.
He's always posting like, man, like De'Aaron Fox got him, like Kuzma got him.
I mean, De'Aaron Fox low-key could be a pro gamer, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, he can make money
Yeah.
off that.
He could. Baba
Sure.
Funke, what else you got for us?
The next one is this is kind of sad for me. The Knicks, they're planning on
Sad?
pursuing the Knicks. They're planning on pursuing DeMar DeRozan. I don't see this as a good fit for DeMar whatsoever. But you guys go ahead and chime in because I'm
Depends on if they get to draft LaMelo.
La Melo.
Because then the
Dolan's
match
still there, right?
LaMelo, RJ, slide DeRozan to the 3. You have, let's say, Kevin Knox at the 4, and Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Oh no, Julius at the 4, Mitchell Robinson.
Julius, yeah, Julius. As long as Julius
That's a
stays
tall
healthy.
lineup. That's a
That's
really
a
long.
That's a
lineup.
long lineup. That's
Very
a lengthy-
offensively gifted lineup
It is.
because you have Melo, RJ, DeRozan, Julius. Mitchell's offensive game has improved, but like y'all said, that is a very like
lengthy
Did you
lineup.
mention Barrett?
That's 6.
Yeah, Barrett at
The shortest guy in that starting
and
lineup
slide
two?
DeRozan to
is
the 3.
Julius. I'm sorry,
sheesh.
DeMar DeRozan. So your lineup is 6'6" and taller. It's a long lineup.
On lineup, but no hope because they ain't got no coach and Dolan's still there.
Not
So
yet, not yet. I mean, they're making some good moves, but at the end of the day, yeah, Dolan is still
Dolan.
Dolan's fun.
That's all you
yeah,
got.
I
Dolan.
can't-
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's not going to be the owner of the Mets because it's looking like Steve Cohen is about to buy us, and they call him the
Oh, good.
Darth Vader of his industry
I still
in terms
think.
of business etiquette. And I'm
I still
like,
think
oh,
J-
shoot,
uh,
I'm all
J-Rock.
for that. Nah,
J-
they've been asking way too many people to pitch,
They
and
should have bought him.
they don't have the money.
They should have bought him.
They don't have them. How they go? They
They
can't
should
afford
have
it.
bought him.
And first of all, they already asked 10 people to
should've
be part owners of it.
They should have bought him.
Next thing
Hey,
you know,
lend me
I'm
a
about
dollar.
to get a
I'm
phone
trying to
call
buy
being
this
like,
team.
yo, you want to put in some money? Like, I'm not
Hey,
going
hey,
to say no.
hey, your sister up in the thread, bro. Your sister up in the thread. Thanks for the shout out.
yes.
Hey, shout out.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Oh.
you.
No, but really, like, Steve Cohen is known as the Darth Vader amongst his peers. Oh, it's a done deal. Who's buying the Mets? I'm so
Wow.
excited.
Speaking of ownership, shout out to KG trying. He trying hard to
Hey,
get
KG
Minnesota
getting what's
Timberwolves.
his. KG is getting what's his. Was that going to be one of your rumors, Emmanuel? Did we just take one of your rumors?
No.
Nah,
Okay.
I think that's
I was-
going to be a full court press topic, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve,
So we'll leave that for full court press. Check out full
Steve?
court press. FCP.
Riley, cuss him out. That's their fault.
Wow, that's not my fault. You don't do that. Nah, Riley's amicable. You know, he's still waiting for the Sonics.
Yeah,
To come back.
that's their fault.
Don't
Oh.
do that.
Y'all know Pierre bit all he bit in his bag. Y'all listen to that ringside man.
Hey,
Oh,
Pierre.
Pierre,
Shout out to
listen,
Pierre.
Pierre was coming with some heat.
Pierre in his
Pierre.
bag right now.
Listen, he said
He
it was
podding.
like, "Hey, I got receipts. Don't misquote me. Don't misquote me now."
I love it. I love it. Even though, never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind. What else you got
I
for
know
us?
what you're
Robert?
gonna
All right, we're going to transfer to football. Defensive lineman Ed Oliver from the Buffalo Bills. He has his DWI and his weapons charges dismissed earlier on this week. So, which is good news for the Bills. And then another one. Speaking of the Bills, fantasy wise, Zach Moss is being, according to coaches, he might take on that Frank Gore role. Now, if you're a Devin Singletary owner, or you plan on drafting Devin Singletary, I believe he's, based on his ADP, he's overvalued.
Shoot, if I'm Singletary, I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Right. But you also got to keep in mind, Josh Allen was number 2 in rushing touchdowns behind Lamar Jackson. And I believe like 50% or more of his touchdowns was inside the 5-yard line. So what is that telling you with the coaching staff, that they don't really believe Singletary could be that goal line back in terms of that? So
Sad.
so to me, it seems like Zach Moss is the better value you drafting later on in the rounds than compared to Devin Singletary. You get him basically, his average ADP is what, 4th or 5th round. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think he's a 6th or 7th round pick. I think he's overvalued based on his ADP. I mean, what do you guys' thoughts on that?
Singletary's. This is his. What year is this for him?
This second year with the Bills.
How do you gauge? No, never mind. Because we get into that running back conversation and CJ gonna hop in. So never mind.
Listen, it's the
year when I
Bills.
played fantasy, I actually went youthful in my picks, especially at the running back position. So I had Singletary, Josh Jacobs, and one more Mixon as my backs in one league. And it's pissing me off because Singletary is talented. He can be that guy for Buffalo, yet they kept taking carries away from him.
Right.
It's like, this is not good news for me. I don't want to hear this. I want to hear that they're going to trust Singletary.
Well,
Give Singletary the ball so I can draft him and I'll be good. But what is his ADP?
I believe he's somewhere between the 4th and the 5th round on average.
That is early. That is early.
To me, that's too early for a guy where I could get Zach Moss later on, close to the double-digit rounds, or possibly later. And you could draft him, and he probably put up just as many touchdowns as possibly Singletary as well. And I do believe Josh Allen's rushing touchdown stats last year is inflating and is due for regression, especially with Zach Moss being the running back being drafted there. So that's my personal opinion.
12 players at each position that you can draft before you want to draft Singletary in the 4th round.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Even if you want to take out drafting the QB in the 1st round, because of course we at least know 3 quarterbacks are going within the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, facts.
Mahomes, Lamar, maybe
And Trubisky.
Maybe Cam.
No.
Definitely not Wentz.
No, Cam is right now. Cam is being projected as a QB2. I do believe his ADP will slowly rise depending on it's gonna. I believe it will rise depending on from the beat reporters. But as of right now, he's being projected as a QB2 because there's some people in Nebraska believe Stidham deserves a fair shot being a starting quarterback, which I believe is hogwash.
I mean, he can get a shot. I mean, it doesn't mean he deserves it. I mean, it's Cam Newton. Come on now.
Hogwash. Right. That's the word of the day. Hogwash.
Hogwash. I think Dak's gonna be that 3rd quarterback.
Me personally, I say Russell Wilson.
Continue. I can see Russ.
Me personally. Another one, Ronald Jones, he added 6 to 8 pounds of muscle, and he claims that his hands has improved. And also, Bruce Arians said that the base offense for the Bucs, which is basically 12 personnel, this is given. It seems like Ronald Jones, he wants to be that featured back in Tampa, and right now I think he's at a great value. I believe his average ADP is anywhere from between round 7 at the earliest, from 7 to 9. And so I've seen sometimes in the 10th round, which is crazy. But
I had Romo last year too. I had him. I like him. I mean, I thought he should have been a featured back last year anyway.
Right.
But he kept losing carries, which really pissed me off as a fantasy owner. So that's the downside when you decide to go with youth. But that Tampa, you think people will reach for Tom Brady early? Because that Tampa Bay offense is good.
I believe
it's good.
Tom Brady. Go ahead.
I think there's a potential that if you maybe don't reach for Tom Brady, you might end up in the same situation anyone who didn't reach. And we didn't see it, let's be honest. For Peyton Manning, what was that, back in 2014 or 15? And then he goes out first game of the season and throws for 7 TDs, right? I had a guy in my fantasy football league that season who he got Peyton, I think in one of the later rounds, but benched him. I don't even remember who I think his starter wasn't even someone who really should have been a starter. And so he benched him that first game and he was in tears. So I think Brady might slip down some rounds in some leagues, and I think people might be pleasantly surprised if they pick him up, and I think he might pop off this year. Maybe if
It's just because of that offense. Like the looks they have, Godwin and Evans. I prefer Godwin over Evans playing in
Agreed.
personally, yeah, I agree.
Agreed, because Godwin's yards after the catch is much better than Evans, which is a good point. The thing about Evans is he's a better red zone guy than Godwin.
Yeah.
So it's more of a give and take which receiver that you want. Let's say, for example, you get like a Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? Let's say if you want receiver heavy early. So you're like, okay, I know Tyreek Hill's going to give me my yards after the catch. He's going to give me big plays. Then you're like, I need a red zone guy. You want to get Mike Evans in the backhand. So that makes sense. You want to create that balance of receivers in terms of drafting. You know what I mean? So I can see that. Or you want to play the other way around, get a red zone guy like Julio.
Or Mohamed Sanu.
This one was Julio a red zone guy.
Well, I say he's more of an all around. I say red zone all
he's
around.
Good is for the yards. If you want to,
he's hurt right now.
But
come on, man. Hey,
Julio's top 3 in red zone targets. So let's keep that in mind.
I avoid.
But his quarterback is Matt Ryan, though.
I've avoided Julio for several years because it's just like, the yards help, because you get about 1 point for every 10.
Yeah.
For every 10 yards. So he can give you at base 10 easy points. Plus, if you're playing PPR, he's at least giving you on average like maybe 12, 15 points a week. Just him being an average player. So he can give you points, but it's touchdowns are 6 points right there. Like touchdowns can make or break. Like Julio could go for 10 catches, 100 yards, and have 20 fantasy points. And I can have Cooper Kupp, who went for 5 catches, 60 yards, but 3 touchdowns, and we already know who's going to win you the matchup. So that's why I avoid Julio.
Yo, hot take by Daniel Lopez. None of the guys just named finished top 10 in fantasy points at their position this year.
No, Julio has always been top 10 though.
It's the touchdowns that he don't get.
Yeah, even though he don't get touchdowns, he's always top 5 at wide receiver. So I don't know that. Danny, what you talking about?
I guess he's making a bold prediction for this upcoming year.
I think it's a bold prediction.
Julio's not top 10. Yo, first of all, if that happens, Matt Ryan about to get shot. I should change my lingo. If that happens, Matt Ryan's about to get shot.
Yeah, that guy
allegedly.
Matt Ryan's already getting dragged in Atlanta. So
yeah. I have a couple more. Matt Rule, the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, he hints that they're going to take more shots down the field. So obviously, notice that they signed Robbie Anderson, a deep threat from the Jets from last year. Now they got DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel. There's also reports saying that do not underestimate Curtis Samuel's role in this Carolina Panthers offense. Also, you got to understand they hired Joe Brady as a coordinator, and obviously, Abraham, how the way he called plays at LSU, he spread the ball around with Jabbar Chase, and they had Terrence Marshall, and they had Justin Jefferson at the wide receiver position. So it seems like Joe Brady has some type of – he's trying to do the same formula like he did at LSU with the Carolina Panthers with those 3 receivers out in Carolina. So right now, Curtis Samuel's at a bargain at average ADP is around 11 to 14. That's an excellent bargain if he's going to be somewhere involved in that offense more than what people think.
I'm not going to lie. I was hoping, I prayed that the Panthers would have been able to give the Bengals a Godfather type offer so they could get Burrows and keep him with Brady. Right. Because, while I am happy of what Burrows did last season, he was with us for 2 years, and Joe Brady was the difference maker. And so I attribute a lot more success to Brady than I do to Burrow for what he was able to do for us last year. But since Brady decided to go to the Panthers, I feel you on that Curtis Samuel one, because he was getting good looks last year. Right. And now with Brady, he's definitely going to get better looks this year. I just don't know. So the Panthers got Anderson, right?
Robbie Anderson, yes.
So it makes me wonder, what is the Jets doing? Because they had
they did draft the Jets drafted Denzel Mims. They got Jamison Crowder, which I think he's very undervalued. But
yeah, the issue was, between Quincy Enunwa and Robbie Anderson, before they even brought Crowder on last year, they had 2 good wide receivers. Just the problem was help. because they both kept getting hurt. Because
Yeah, that's true.
Quincy has
Yeah, that's
various issues the last few years, but he was doing good work
He was doing some work,
in Jersey because that's where they play.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, okay, so Robbie to Carolina is good because when Robbie's healthy, that's a great
Wait,
weapon.
pause. Shout out to the people that are watching. Like, we just had a huge jump in viewers right now. But anyways, continue.
Oh yeah, because they tuned into the best show on earth. Okay, hey, what's good?
Shout out to y'all
Continue.
sharing.
I appreciate
Continue.
You're right.
But
There you go.
for me, I just look at the Jets more and more. Besides their ownership problems right now,
Yes, yeah.
they're really letting weapons walk. Because is Quincy still with the team? Is he healthy? Is he going to play?
That's the thing. That's the
Because
thing.
you're
with
right.
them.
They are have Jamison Crowder, and Crowder was a
Undervalued.
great blanket.
He's
I had him too.
undervalued.
Great blanket.
Undervalued.
Especially with Sam.
Right.
Because that it helped Sam comfortably in the first like 3 or 4 games of the season before old boy got mono making out with every other girl in New York.
Wow.
But
Get out of here, man.
I just don't. The Jets confused. I don't know how to. I'm gonna avoid Jets players, man. I'm just gonna avoid Jets players. But when it comes to the Panthers, I'm definitely gonna try to keep my eye on Curtis Samuel.
Yeah,
if you can get him
agree.
10th or 11th, that's a great spot to get him, like you said.
Right.
Great
Especially
spot.
just to stack your receiver on the bench.
Oh yeah.
Side note, hold on though, just to
Go
clarify
ahead.
something real quick. Daniel just clarified his statement about the top 10. He said he was talking about the Bucks players that we mentioned. So Godwin, Evans, Brady, Jones, none of those guys are finishing top 10.
Okay. I see partially why you say that but I feel like that the reason I say that is because I think you're looking at it in terms of how Patriots players have been in fantasy historically. But that I feel like that's more Bill. As for the Bucks, I don't see both Evans and Godwin being top 10 like they were last year. I don't see both of them. I do see only one player being top 10 at their position, fantasy-wise. Personally, Godwin. Because I feel like Godwin can be for Brady what Edelman was. But Godwin is just a better Edelman by far.
A Bettleman.
Because Godwin can play in the slot too. He killed us as the Rams fan. He killed us from the slot position.
Right.
Wait, what team did he play for?
Godwin, he was with the Bucks last year. But no, when against in that thrashing, that 54-48 that the Bucks took in, I think, week 2 or week 3 of last season.
Yeah.
Godwin killed us.
He went off.
And he especially was from the slot position. So for Brady, because
him
here's the
up in
thing,
fantasy.
we don't know what version of Brady we're going to get. We don't know if Father Time has finally caught up to him. If Father Time hasn't caught up to him, or even if it has, that slot position and especially that tight end position is going to be his bread and butter often.
Oh,
So
No, it can't be bread because he don't eat carbs.
well, one more thing about this Bucks 12 personnel. Obviously, he does favor the tight ends. Now, Gronkowski's coming out of retirement. Now, keep in mind, players who come out of retirement have a 70% injury risk heading into that season. So I'm saying right now, I've seen drafts where people taking Rob Gronkowski the 6th and 7th round. That's overvalued. Right now, it's the year where you can draft tight ends later on. Last year, I took Mark Andrews in the 14th round and finishes as a top five tight end.
boy,
So,
I'll tell you this. I've reached for Waller. I took him. I think the earliest I took him was 5th. I was like, Darren Waller, I'm grabbing you because I watch Hard Knocks and I was like, I want that guy as my tight end. And he did not disappoint.
So I'm just saying that people can find value in tight end later on in the rounds. But one more, I have one more. This is for your Rams. Abe. The Rams, according to Sean McVay, I don't understand this.
AKA the real quarterback of the team.
He plans to use a 4-back rotation with Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, and John Kelly. I don't
So
understand.
Goff is there. Why?
Right, but this is the funny part. He said the same thing last season.
Exactly. And what happened?
He said the same thing last year. But I'm gonna throw him. But I'm gonna say this. I think he's doing this because he knows there's gonna be no preseason games, so therefore I do believe it's gonna be a running back by committee early on. due to no preseason games. But to me, Cam Akers is the guy. But I'm kind of leery with Cam Akers because his ADP starting to climb a little bit too rich for me.
Where's his ADP at right now?
Right now, he's averaged anywhere between the fifth and sixth round. More likely in the middle of the fifth round.
Rising?
Yeah, he's rising. He
was. That's a
little too rich for me.
Get out of here.
I'd rather take a good wide receiver too around that range.
If Cam Akers was on the Colts, maybe.
Right.
But on the Rams, there's too many question marks with how McVay is going to treat that offense because like the Rams are a good team. The problem last year was McVay micromanaging.
Yeah.
Goff definitely has some blame too, but it was mostly McVay micromanaging. So for me, I'm not touching the only person I would actually touch off that team would be Woods or Kupp. But even then, that's like a later round if they're available. Because I know that regardless of how the offense is going to get, they're going to get yards. But I'm not really – and that's mostly for like a wide receiver 3 position. But I'm not reaching that early for Cam Akers.
I agree.
I heard Marshall Faulk is coming back.
And that's the end of –
Yeah. that was a good way to end it.
Oh, man.
What's crazy is that I didn't disrespect his football team at all. That's wrong.
I didn't disrespect. I said I heard if they doing running back by committee, I heard Marshall Faulk might be coming back to head the committee.
I don't know why we're going 4 deep, but I prefer 3 deep. 4 deep is just it's lack of rhythm.
Okay, 4K resolution on the running back rotation.
Oh wait, they're playing in the new stadium too.
Yeah, it's the Cowboys. Cowboys.
We're playing. Oh, it's still not finished yet.
If y'all could get tickets to that game, would you go?
Wait, which game? Which game?
Oh yeah,
Cowboys at Rams.
Cowboys Rams in the new Rams stadium.
Dallas is here in Inglewood. Yeah, if I would go
be at the stadium.
Yeah. But I mean, with limited capacity, those tickets.
How many of y'all are showing up with a hazmat suit?
Yeah, my spike. Yeah,
I'm wearing a mask. And I'm not sitting next to nobody.
Are you? Never mind. Are you wearing that Shannon Sharp like Rams goat mask situation? That what you wearing?
I was going to wear my Mets mask and pull up there. And I definitely was going to bring my own food.
That's smart.
I don't want to interact with anybody.
I feel you. Wow. Well, I think that's a wrap, Jack. I think
it's been a day of full disrespect. I don't even know what I'm gonna write for this bio. This is ridiculous.
The disrespect. This is the Rodney Dangerfield episode. That's what this is.
Whole bunch of hogwash.
Yeah. Everybody, you know what? Yeah, that's
hogwash and blues.
That's just the bio.
Hogwash and blues, man. All right,
but
y'all.
at least that cover pick though. That cover
man,
pick.
If you don't,
yeah, that cover pick. It's amazing how that episode turned on you.
Yeah, I told you. What did I say?
It still went the way I wanted to.
Ladies and gentlemen, nope. Let me enlighten
you. In the beginning,
let me enlighten the people. Let me enlighten the people. I did say this to Abe. Okay, I said this. All right. I said going into this episode, as Abe was yapping his yap, I said Petty is on the menu today, and I'm serving it.
You said I might let him have his fun.
Talking.
And to be honest, look.
No.
To be honest,
I said that fully well knowing that I wasn't gonna let you have your fun.
Why? I'm saying I'm not saying exclusively me. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, it was all the way around. It was all the way around. It was
my portion. What I really wanted to do was that intro. I had that planned out from the beginning.
Man,
I was going sweet talk. You talk about how good your other teams are, and then hit.
I know how silly that was. I already know.
Hey, hit you with that Chelsea fan because it goes great with the pick. It goes great.
It does go great until you got blasted by everybody. I mean, everybody got hit today. Everybody got hit.
It
was friendly fire day today. That's what it was.
You know,
and we were hitting each other too because I know I came at Cecil a couple of times.
You did.
Also, you came at Cecil too. Don't.
What did I say about Cecil?
You the one that brought up the wet stuff. That's you. You
bring that all the way.
You opened the door.
Remember. I don't remember. I have amnesia. I don't recall. I don't recall. I do not recall.
Got it.
You also set up the Felipe disrespect for CJ too. You set that up.
Oh, I was actually.
You guilty.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just know
Oh,
that I
man.
felt like Chris Paul today in Lob City. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another episode of the
Talk
OSNA
about injury
podcast.
prone people.
Seeing as I didn't get to give us a proper intro presented to you by
Yeah,
SA in
this
conjunction
one
with
was
the Craft
my
Factory.
episode.
It was my episode. You see how that turned on you real quick, little bro.
It was
Little
my
bro.
episode.
Little bro.
Hey, you see
Little
that
bro.
cover? You see that cover? And I'm still taller than you,
Little
though.
Little bro.
Uh,
Tripping.
Oh
That's not a
man.
photo of the man that it is.
I can't stand you. Thank you to everybody who tuned in live. And if you're listening to the replay, shout out to you as well.
Facts.
If you tune in live on YouTube, all the things, hey, make sure, guys, week by week, you know the drill. Same time, same day. Share it with your friends.
share
Know what's going
away.
on in action. You
Stay
know,
engaged.
stay engaged.
Apple and Spotify.
Spotify. Okay, we doing all the
Yes.
things. So this is your host,
Welch's sponsor us.
Minute Maid. Since
well,
they,
Minute Maid,
since
we'll
they've
take it.
disassociated
We'll take the money.
themselves with the Houston Astros. Okay, so Minute Maid is sponsoring Baba Funke.
You know what I'm saying?
My little brother Abe, our producer Cecil,
He been little broing you like
by
hard today.
you know, and guys contribute. You guys can also contribute. We'll have the link in our bio. Not really to the GoFundMe for Abe to get
GoFundMe
it
for
haircut,
Abraham's.
okay?
Yep.
I'm not getting
With
this.
that being said, another episode concluded. You already know what time it is. One thing, 2 words, get it in your brain. Omo Naija.
Continue.
Get out of here, man.
End it already.